Hello, and welcome to the Paranormal Operator channel, where we talk about all manner of things that go bump in the night. Today, we'll be talking about Night Swim. So this is just my initial reaction. It is not a complete breakdown, and there will be both spoiler-free and spoilers. So, settle in as we search for the truth. I'm your host, Operator 23. And the truth we will be seeking today is whether or not this film is any good. And I am glad to tell you that it's pretty okay. I'm not gonna lie. So, first of all, it's a fairly new film. It came out earlier this month, January 2024. And I did go and see it. I was actually kind of interested in seeing it when I saw the trailers in theater, and I'm like, man, this looks kind of interesting. It's not terribly original to have, maybe a haunted body of water, but having it confined necessarily to a pool, well, I thought that was kind of interesting in a way. So, because, growing up, I loved swimming. Whenever we went on vacation, I was always, oh, where's the pool at? I'm going to go to the pool, right? On my vacations, that was like, regardless what else we were probably doing, the pool was where I would more than likely was going to be at. So, the movie itself is not bad. The cinematography is pretty good. The acting is pretty good. And I don't really know if it's necessarily the writing and the script, or if it's just the people acting. What I mean to say is that I can believe these people exist. They're not over the top. They're not overly stupid or real ignorant. They're actually, they're believable. You would, if you ran into one of these characters on the street, you would say, okay, this is a real person. The sound, I thought, was really good. The sound design, the music was pretty good, but the overall sound design just added to the creepiness of it. And especially when you're in the water, there's a scene, and it takes up actually most of the trailer, or at least the first trailer, and where she's playing Marco Polo, and she's in the water. She's almost, I think her ears are almost in the water, but she's just right there at that edge, keeping her head above water. And it has, like, you can kind of still hear, but it's muffled, and the only thing you really can hear is, your breathing, which I think that, that's spot on. So the sound design, I thought, was really good. The creature design, you do see a little bit of the creature in the trailers, and the creature design is just kind of eh. I wish it was a little bit better, but I think that kind of I'm not. You don't know really what it is, so I guess maybe their creature design was ambiguous because of that. Maybe there wasn't enough direction to say, oh, this is what it is. Yeah. So overall, my overall verdict, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I would say this is a pretty good movie. It does what it set out to do. That being said, it could have done it better. So, for those of you who are ready for spoilers and you want it to be spoiled, or you don't necessarily even care about it being spoiled, here is your warning. Alright? Spoiler warning. There are spoilers ahead in 3, 2, 1. Dun, dun, dun! It's just the trailer. Why? Wait a second. Is this an error? Nope. Why am I including the second trailer in the spoiler section? You might be asking yourself, scratching your head intensely. Well, the confusion would be well warranted. You see, having seen the movie and now doing this it's not really a review. It's my initial reaction. Having seen the movie, now doing this, and having rewatched both of the trailers, I can tell you that official trailer number 2 gives away almost the entire freaking movie. There are scenes from almost every act of the movie, and it almost spells it out. Having seen the movie, I can tell you that this gives almost everything away except for the very end of the movie. You're not told what happens at the very end. But everything functionally in the movie is shown in this trailer. And well, it just seems like maybe the movie in hindsight was like jam spread thin. Like there needs to be more movie to this movie, and unfortunately there's simply not. So I'm gonna see if I can play this. I'm gonna turn the audio off. Play. Nope, audio off. Now play. By the way, Forbidden Frontier, you need to watch them. Subscribe. Oh, they're live? Oh, I need to get done with this so I can go watch them. So, yeah, so there's the son of the current owner. He is in the pool, doing his thing, swimming around, having a good old time. And then he's got his action figure caught in the little drain. Kind of gave me some It vibes, if you will. And then, whoa, something comes out and grabs him after he finds long hair in the thing. So there's the guy, there's the son interacting with whatever it is. Ooh, Blumhouse. Famous for their amazing movies. There's a pool party that happens. There is an incident that goes on there that's not in the trailer. It's not really important to the plot necessarily. There's more shots of the pool party. So this here is at the beginning of the movie. They have just moved into the house. They're cleaning out the pool. And yeah. Goes back to the pool party. They're cleaning out the pool. The dad cuts himself in the palm of his hand, which later you'll see the daughter, who also has an identical cut on the palm of her hand. Almost like a blood oath sort of thing. Fills with black water. What's not in here, which kind of is important, not terribly, is that this water this pool rather, is spring fed. It's a natural spring. It's got geothermal heating. It's been filtered through the aquifer and, whatever. So it's amazingly good, amazingly healthy, and the entire area was known for its healing springs. Okay, moving on. So here is the realtor, and she's the one that basically tells the mom, after the mom asks her, hey, my kid had some weird stuff happen in the pool, and what happened in this house? And she's like, well, maybe they weren't pool people. They didn't use their pool for like 15 years, yada, yada, yada. And the son actually does conversate with the spirit entity, whatever it is, and tells him that its name is Rebecca. Well, the mom's like, was the kid's name Rebecca? And the realtor was like, oh, how did you know that? So anyway, before I think they can actually get into it, is when the next incident happens, where the dad nearly drowns a kid in the pool. Although it's kind of weird because dad almost drowns himself. So I don't know how he would be granted his wish. Also, there's an allegory in here about a wishing well that you have to pay. I don't know that it doesn't really... I don't know how it ties in, other than the fact that you get something, the spirit has to also receive something. Even though I don't know if anybody physically made a wish. So moving on. Ooh, yeah, here we go. So here is previous owner's daughter. So she's getting her brother's toy out of the pool. She gets got. And we have, let me see if I can pause it. Yeah, there we go. That's about as good of a creature as we are going to get. The other stuff that's creature related in this movie, I don't think even looks that good. I think this is the best shot of the entity, whatever it is. Anyway, the daughter of the previous owner gets got, and later you learn that... Oh, there's the cat. Poor kitty cat. Mr. Cider, he gets got. I'll come back to that. There's the daughter having her experience where she almost gets got. She thinks her boyfriend's down there, and she's all like, I'm gonna get you. And then, so that happens. And see, that's a different creature. And that doesn't look anything like the previous one. And I think that kind of goes to show, maybe they were trying to show how many people had been gotten by this pool. I don't know. The mom finds out there's a ton of people missing in what little bit of research that she does do. So, so there we have mom. So in this scene, she's actually talking to previous owner mom. She's just opposite of her. And she finds out that, okay, what's going on with my husband, what happened to the previous owner is now happening to her husband. Because the previous owner mom starts coughing up black water, goo, whatever it is. I'm not sure how it was able to follow them, because it's shown like she doesn't live anywhere near this house. So I don't know, it's weird. Now, the current owners, they try to leave, but they're stopped almost immediately because the dad starts convulsing and coughing up black goo, similar to how this lady does. But that mechanic, I don't understand how that mechanic is supposed to work. Who knows? Moving on. Here's the dad. He's starting to freak out with his black goo, and he's gonna go toe-to-toe with the daughter. So he's freaking out. Just going to pause it here for a second so I don't get copyright claimed. Alright, so there's that. The son almost gets got. The mom jumps in, saves the boy. So this is a scene. So this is the incident where the dad almost drowns one of the kids. Not one of his kids, another person's kid at the pool party. I know the lighting is a little different, but this is the pool party, which is kind of weird how dark it is, because the pool party was like in the middle of the day, and it's definitely was not that dark, or shouldn't have been that dark. And so here's a pretty good shot. We see just how far away she is from the top of the pool, and the mom does a really cool idea. Like she goes in after her son, and but not knowing how long she's going to be under the water, she gets a garden hose, ties it to, I think it is a ladder. I'm pretty sure it's a ladder. Jumps in. Don't know how long this garden hose is. It's got to be 25, 50 feet. She swims till she gets to the end of the garden hose, and then uses that to take a breath. That's amazing. I never would have thought of that. I thought she tied it to the thing so she could use it to pull herself back to the surface. But anyway, she uses the garden hose to take a breath. Pretty good idea. and she saves the son. And the way that she saves the son is actually kind of cool. The previous owner's daughter, Rebecca, appears to them. And not like, she's not grabbing her, she's not trying to stop her from escaping. She just kind of appears. And she's there floating, and she has a coin in her hand, and she drops the coin. And obviously the coin is going to sink. And so it's like an establishing shot. The mom realizes she's swimming down into the abyss with her child, as opposed to swimming up toward the light, which is, the shot that showed how far away they were from the surface. So that, that was interesting. Yeah. So let's see. I don't think there's anything else. No, there's nothing else beyond that. So we'll come back to kind of sibling rivalry. Here we go. So there's the daughter having her little meet up with her not boyfriend. All right, where did it go? There we go. So the son has already had his experience. She has had her experience. And now she is basically threatening him to not open his mouth that she has a boyfriend. Or rather, no, wait. Let me back it up. So he's already had his experience. She has not. This scene is leading into where she's going to have her experience with the entity. And she's basically telling him, if you dare speak a word that my boyfriend is coming over, I will basically disown you. So, very believable. This family, just the dynamics between the husband and the wife, and then the sister and the daughter, and in between the parents and the children. I think, the dynamics, they're all very believable in and amongst the family. So now, what do I not like about this film? Well, I don't know what the bad guy is supposed to be. I don't know what the antagonist. I have no idea what it is. Is it an elemental? Is it a water spirit? Is it a djinn? Is it a demon? I don't know. And why do I not know? Well, it's because the story never tells us. And the mom, who, after getting the general vibe that something weird happened, and the mom did experience some weirdness where she thought someone was out there in their backyard while she was swimming in the pool. And then her son experienced something weird swimming while he was in the pool, thinking someone was in the backyard. At the pool party, asked the realtor, okay, well, hey, is anything weird going on in this house? And she's like, well, there have been some tragedies, people missing, the previous owner's daughter drowned in the pool, that sort of thing. And then she's like, oh my God, it was Rebecca. So this prompts the mom to do some research, and she finds out that not only was it just the previous owner's daughter, Rebecca, but it was a ton of people have gone missing. Which I would find rather interesting had I been wanting to purchase this house. And I would have been a little upset with the realtor. So she does a little bit of research, maybe 5-10 seconds at the very most. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, I got to find the previous owner. So she goes to previous owner lady, and then final boss battle, straight in. And then we're done with the movie. So I feel like they could have done a lot more with that. Figuring out what this thing is and how to fight it. Because really, they don't fight it. They don't end the problem. So the mom rescues the kid, and about the only thing that's not really shown in the trailer is what happens at the very end. So the dad, he kind of realizes what's going on, somehow beats the heck out of me. I don't know. It's not explained to him in any way. I guess you could maybe say that he had some kind of connection with this entity, I guess. Decides that, well, the thing's got to be paid, so I'm going to pay it. And the son, who is brought out of the water, he's still dying. He's still drowning somehow. So the dad, Captain America, not Captain Falcon, Captain America, decides to be a Giga Chad, and he sacrifices himself for his child. The end. That's pretty much it. The closing shot is basically the family filling in the pool with dirt. Now, it's a spring. How are they stopping the water from coming up into the pool, number one? Number two, I'm not sure dirt's going to stop it, because if the water comes up, it fills the pool, and then it turns into a giant mud bath. I feel people are more likely to drown in mud. So, have you solved the problem? I don't know. I would have covered it with concrete, personally. Anyway, the big problem that I see with this is we don't actually know whether the spring that feeds their pool is connected to any other pools in the area. The pool guy who comes over to the house after they get the black goo coming into their pool originally, near the beginning of the movie, he states that the whole area was known for its healing springs. Fine. So, does filling the pool in, does that contain the threat? Does that end the threat? You know, we don't know. And I would say the writer doesn't know, because it probably didn't give it that much thought. So, even with all of that, and, you know, that massive gaping hole of building the world, as far as who our antagonist is, the rest of the world is fairly well built, I would say. It's believable. The only thing that's not believable is this price, $30. Amazon, somebody, I'm presuming Amazon, but somebody thinks I'm going to pay $30 to purchase this movie. I don't know what they're smoking, but I want some of it, because it must be some good shit. So, I paid $24 when I went to the cinema, and that's including a drink and popcorn. I am not paying $30 to see this movie in my house. I'm just not. I don't think I've ever paid $30 for a movie on Amazon, let alone paid $30 for any movie, unless it was a special, like, box set. You know, a collector-ish sort of item. Because I knew I probably paid, gosh, I don't know, it was probably $30-something for a Die Hard box set, and that was like in a metal container sort of thing, and it had all the DVD. It had more than one DVD in it. So I don't know what Amazon's thinking, but I don't think many people are going to get this movie. On top of that, you have to purchase. You cannot rent, which, in my opinion, that normally tells you whether the movie is good or not. If you can rent it, it's usually pretty good. If you can only buy it, it's probably questionable. So, again, all that being said, the movie's not terrible. The pacing is pretty good. The cinematography's good. The sound design and the music is good. So, you know, if this is something that you really want to see, it's something that you know, if you're a fan of Blumhouse, go see it. Fine. You know, spend $30 if that's what you want to do. It's a bit pricey for me, although I'm kind of cheap, so. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know about us. I just did a video last week about UAPs. It got over 200 views. Thank you so much to everybody who does that. Thank you for seeing it. Thank you for watching it. What little bit of it you may have watched or maybe not have watched. Whatever. Thank you for being here. It is much appreciated. And guys, until next time, I will see you there. But until then, keep searching in the darkness.